Da, 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 da. Guess what's done? Big ass 8-foot cage. So, took the idea of canvas paintings are kind of stretched around a wooden board. We took that and we ran with it, and instead of using expensive ass PVC or super expensive glass that could break and is heavy and is obnoxious, or like the my camera dork or the expensive plexiglass, we took the plastic that people will use for their like to cover kitchen tables with and stuff, and we took it and we wrapped it around well, I guess they're 2x4s, and because this isn't supposed to be like a professionally made cage or whatever, we just opted to staple it because the staples are on the outside, and so we did that. We did that on every end. Lock that. We've got our doorknob here. We've got our lock, which as she gets bigger we'll put more locks. Probably one here, another at the bottom, just so she doesn't push her way out. Our really super snazzy hinges. And like, this thing is super sturdy. Like, we've got both the geckos up top up there. Zevran's getting upgraded in whenever his cage gets here. It's on the way. But we did that. And this cage is completely 100% sealed. Like, there's Tali. Oh, there's Tali. And you can see we took caulking and we did all of the edges. Every single thing, including the floor, is wrapped in plastic, and like, it's already actually really humid in here. This is holding it in really well. It's really empty right now just because we just got it set up and I was excited to get her in. But she's got her perch here, and then we have her radiant heat panel, the probe for the thermostat, and then the cool part is we actually installed this. I don't need the flashlight for this. It's a feeding tube, I guess. It just spins, and then it goes, that's a lot of things, goes directly into the cage. So like, I'm going to knock on the top of her cage when I'm going to feed her, open that up and feed her directly through that, so that way she'll associate this with feeding, and then the doors with handling, so she doesn't ever mix me up with food, because that would be bad. But this whole thing is sealed up. I wanted to put a little bit more in there, but I mean, like more electronic things, like a running waterfall over on that end, but for now it's just going to be basic like this. We'll keep filling it with things probably made from PVC for her to perch on. But yeah, that's basically it. We've got, this isn't a super good design for smaller species because there has to be a tiny bit of a gap between the door and the side, just because you don't want the plastic rubbing on itself. So there's this tiny itty bitty gap, but for smaller snakes and smaller cages that would be kind of an issue, but with her it's not going to matter. And then up here we actually, at the top, we purposefully made this longer than this, so that way we have this huge crack to where we can take out all of the caulking if we need to and put wires through it. That's on both this end and the back end, because it's going to make it a lot easier than trying to drill a hole in it and working out how to use the plastic around the hole. But this thing is fantastic. I'm super happy with it. Like, it's holding humidity. I stuck my face in there, and like, it's humid as hell. Yeah, but that's honestly basically it. And she's already in there, and we had her on the perch earlier just to have her on there. But hi. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. She's like, Mom, this is the weirdest thing ever. Huh. Yeah. But it definitely needs more like leaf litter and clutter and stuff like that. But she's got tons of room to stretch out now, and we're gonna put more stuff to climb on, like ASAP. We're just excited to get her in. Yeah, but that's basically it. It just took us forever to build because we couldn't figure out how we were gonna do the doors and how are we gonna do the top with the feeding thing. But we got it worked out, and now she's in here, and she will live here for a very long time.